So there was something. That was a kick-ass soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Japanese influence. It sounded like an anime intro theme song or something like that. What do you think of the trailer?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, but I mostly loved that you were playing like the air guitar and you were dancing.
I couldn't resist.
People couldn't see it, but I think it's caught you on your emotions.
Yeah, I want to see that game now. It looked amazing.
Yeah, it did. And yeah, it's ready, right, Christian?
I'm really into it. I also danced a bit, so I felt the power in the trailer of Go Fight Fantastic, and now it's time to Go Fight Fantastic.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So
we have to mention that this is supposed to be a co-op game, but we can only have one person at the station due to coronavirus.
Reasons.
Yeah, exactly. There's some reason for that. So there might be some balancing issues, but I mean, who knows? You're an expert, I think. So
of course, yes. I've played the game, I think, for 10 minutes now, so I can say I'm really a professional Go Fight Fantastic fighter. So. Yes, this is the main menu where you can select your characters, and we have 3 character types in this demo. It's the striker, healer, and tank. I will choose the tank because I have learned that I need to survive on my own, and it's by far more easier to use the tank class. So here we are, and these guys are spawning. I think I need to defeat them. We have different stages with different enemies, and I have 4 different attacks and no, three. I think 3 different skills, and each class has their own unique skill set. So that's where the co-op comes in play. And as a tank, I can pull enemies near me, stun them, as you see. When they are gray, they are stunned, and then beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, but are you doing well there?
it's hard to tell, isn't it? What are you doing, Christian?
I mean, you're not defeating the waves before the next wave comes, actually.
I don't know. I really just beat them because I need to, or else they kill me. But I think now I reach stage 2. So
if you can reach stage 3, you go over to the esports summit, right?
Of course, yes.
You're a pro gamer then.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's a little spider.
So after you defeated the previous enemies, there were some pickups that dropped. What were those?
Healths. Those orbs are healths. And it's really it is skill based. I mean, you can see that I need to concentrate a bit because I need to block at the right time, and I'm on my own. I need to be a bit more.
Yeah. Also, your character moves quite slowly, right?
Yes, but I can run. I have stamina in the middle of the screen. There's the UI, and the right bar is my stamina. As you can see, I can run faster, but then it depletes.
All right. So do you also use the stamina for attacking or blocking or something like that, like in Dark Souls, I guess?
No, it's just for running.
Okay. So there's no shared resource system. Because there's another bar on the left. Is that your health?
That is my health. Yeah. Okay. My health is also the bar around my. So the stamina is also under my character. It's the circle in the middle. You can see if I run, it depletes, and the health bar is the circle around that.
Oh, the spiders are kind of mean, right? They can attack you from afar. I don't like that.
You don't like that, right?
No.
It's not a fair game.
No, how? But I like the stunning thing.
The stun mechanic is great.
Can they also stun you? Can you be stunned?
They can. There is an enemy that can stun me, but it's not. Maybe it will spawn in stage 3.
All right, yeah.
But how's the soundtrack? This is something I would want to know.
Yeah, how's the soundtrack?
Is it as catchy?
Oh, give me a second.
Yeah. All right, let's ask the devs about it, right? Because I have a couple of questions about the motivation to build this game, and let's see what we have here. Hey, can you hear us? Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hey.
I'm here.
Hello.
It's Lina, right?
Yes, I'm Lina, and I'm the artist.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
So we just took a look at your game, which is also incidentally called the same as your studio. Go Fight Fantastic. Why is that?
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. We started to
Haben wir nicht?
name the studio Go Fight Fantastic, and we were to name the game something else, but we fell in love with the name Go Fight Fantastic so much we had to name the game it as well. So it's not optimal, but you know.
Well, it's all right. It's a catchy name, and it kind of goes with all of these self-titled debut albums of bands or something. So maybe that's going to be a success indicator for you right there. You said that one of your favorite games is a Zelda game. I think it was Majora's Mask, was it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's I love it.
So how much do the Zelda games inspire the design art-wise and also game design-wise of Go Fight Fantastic?
That's a good question. Majora's Mask wasn't like a major inspiration for Go Fight Fantastic. But what I love the most with Majora's Mask is the mood and a heavy story with it's a cool story. So I think maybe story-wise we were a bit inspired by Majora's Mask to go through an epic adventure.
Yeah, maybe Marcus. I mean, you're the story dude around here. Maybe can you give us a little bit of insight into the whole narrative of that game? Because it looks very action-driven. Lina.
Yeah, what you played now was the Horde mode. So the Horde mode doesn't really have a story, but we have a story mode that you're going to be able to play as well when we release the game. So in the story mode, you will follow those three characters you can play, and Bowie, their dog captain, and another character called Mercury. And they are like mercenaries who travel through space. And happens to stumble into an invasion. So in the game you have to figure out why is this invasion happening and how can we help these people who are being invaded.
So how exactly do you tell the story in the game? How does it work? Do you tell the story in sequences between the gameplay, or is the story being told within the gameplay? How do you do that?
It will be both through cutscenes and in the game. So you can unravel more of the story by talking to NPCs and stuff like that. So when you play a level, you will find out more about the story and so.
Cool. Can you tell us a bit about your team? How many people are you, and how far are you with development?
We are 2 people at the moment, but we are outsourcing sound and music. So we have 2 friends who are helping us with that. And we're pretty far into the development. We have online multiplayer is one of the bigger things we have left to do, but also finishing up all the levels. But the core systems are working.
Valentina,
what do you think?
It looks really good balanced. I'm watching Christian play all the time, and I really love the variation of the enemies. I think I saw 3 different types so far. Can you tell us how many different types of enemies are there going to be?
Yeah, right now there aren't that many enemies. I think we have 5 different kinds, but there will be around I think 15 at the end when we're done. So every enemy, some for like the spiders, are gonna have like 3 levels of it. So it gets harder and get new attacks and new AI patterns to make it more interesting and harder.
Yeah, speaking about harder, so Christian, you already beat like the first phase of those spiders. What are your thoughts about the game right now? Do you have any questions for
That's
Lina?
right. Well, I think it will be fun to play it with 3 players. I really dig the differences between the 3 character classes. Right now I'm playing the healer, and I'm sure that if you play it with 3 people and all the different classes, then you can play together, and there's a synergy between every class. So will there be more classes with more attacks, different skills, or is there anything that you plan?
Yeah, we're planning more characters. So the next character class we will releasing is a ranged class, more of a controller class. So she will be able to shoot arrows and do more of a crowd control to help the team choose what enemy they want to be focusing on.
Which platforms are you planning to release on?
We're going to start with Steam, but we hope to release it on Switch and Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, this is the type of couch co-op game that you want to play with your friends. It looks really fun. So anybody, if you want to try it out?
I want to. I want to see if I can beat it, even if it has enemies.
All right, yeah. You mentioned that there's a dog in the game, but my fact sheet tells me that there's also a dog in your development team.
Yeah, exactly. So we put our dog Bowie into the game. We just had to, he's so cute. So he's the captain of the ship where the characters live.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for answering our questions. I think Christian really enjoyed playing the game.
Yeah, really. At first I thought, is it a bit slow? What can I do? You need to understand the movements. You need to understand the different combinations you can make. With all your skills, like the striker, more like the assassin class, which then can throw 2 energy balls and then hit enemies while he's teleporting to them and stuff like that. That was nice to play.
All right. I mean, you probably noticed that there is no audio in the game right now, but a question to Lina, is the trailer music gonna be... Is it going in the same direction, the in-game music? So I really dug the anime theme style guitar part of it. Is there going to be an action-driven soundtrack in the game or something like that?
Yeah, we want the music in the game to be in line with the trailer. More peppy and poppy and anime awesomeness.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
How hard was it?
After you have learned what type of skills each class has, it was okay. So you need to concentrate, you need to have skill and press the buttons in the right moment, of course, yes. But after a couple of playthroughs, it is okay to play. So
I love that you really tried out the different characters.
to find my class, of course.
But I'm pretty interested in how Marcus is doing, because I suppose that he sucks at this game, and I want to see it.
I think he just quit the game.
Just quit the game.
I already broke it.
Yeah, that's what game devs do.
Because of the game or of your skill?
I won't say.
Yeah, he was too good, I guess. What was your favorite class in the end?
How to say? Maybe the healer class, because it was easier, so you do a lot of less damage with this class, but you have this little ball which is kind of a ranged attack, so you have more range than the other 2 classes because they have melee weapons. So it was easier for a single person, and I'm not sure if I could heal myself.
Right. Yeah, I saw you being defeated and then, hey, help me, but no one was there.
No one was there,
so
so I was just like in real life.
Yeah. That's true. So Marcus, how do you like the healer so far?
I like it. I don't understand everything yet.
It's more like a hit and run tactic. Just hit and run. And this more purplish enemy heals the others, I think.
Score 0.
Maybe kill him first.
Oh.
Maybe. But
Already developing strategies. I like that.
Pro tips just for Marcus, of course. So and then there's the tank class, which has more crowd control stuff. So you can stun them more often, pull enemies to you, towards you, to then help others in need. Maybe if they are right now screaming, "Help me!"
Yeah, right. I also like that they plan to add more classes than just the 3 in the beginning, because I think that gives this game a lot of depth. And that's also, for example, what I enjoyed about it.
That would have been a great question. Why are you only able to play as 3 players?
Oh, that's
so often you play with 4. That's quite common.
I suppose it's a design decision, right?
Seems so, but why?
So there are 3 people, like 2 devs and 1 dog, so they want to play test together.
There you go.
Dummies.
I think they have a dog controller where the dog can play with his paws or
That would
something.
be amazing. They have
that
to
would be
do it for
great.
Xbox with the
controllers,
adaptive
they can
Like
controller.
a dance match.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I want to see it.
I hope she's
I
still
want to see
listening.
dogs play games.
Yeah.
Lena's probably taking notes right now.
I hope so.
That's my life goal.
Yeah.
Game, yeah. I suppose so.
Maybe if I have all the money of the world, then now my goal is to create a game, especially for dogs.
For dogs?
For dogs, yes.
I also love that they put the dog in the game. Sadly, we didn't see it here. I think so, right?
I haven't seen it.
No, it's just in the story mode, I think.
Yeah.
This is like the wave mode.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I'm excited for the story mode. When it comes like the trailer, it's going to be amazing, I think. Even if I'm not into that Japanese style, it's always too much for me, but it kind of hooked me so far.
Well, yeah, but the graphic style is not over the top Japanese.
Yeah. But I think they could do maybe a bit more, like with the kickers in the enemy, like when they are like, and then they have this moving background, and like,
yeah, like stylized stuff. I mean, it already looks very stylized.
Yeah.
I must say,
So you need to look at the details. When Marcus will die soon, and then look at look at the face of his character when he's laying on the floor. He's crying.
Oh, you called it.
You called it. I'm sorry, Marcus. I'm sorry.
I mean, you can cry if you want to. That's
Yes.
fine.
Just lay on the floor and cry. It's totally fine. I mean, what should happen?
Exactly. Have you played Children of Morta? Because
No.
it's kind of similar. I mean, the art set's different, but it's also, you can play cooperatively, you have multiple characters. I wonder if those characters you play also play an integral role in the actual story. So, which also will probably make it harder to introduce new characters, because it's not just on a mechanical level, but also narratively. How would you approach something like this, Marcus, as the narrative lead of this crew?
That's a good question. I don't know. I have to concentrate here, and it's so hard. But I would try to somehow incorporate the story within the gameplay, but I never thought about how you would do that, because we don't make games like these, because you see why I just can't do it.
Yeah, but
I mean, we could actually ask Lena herself. We can just get her back into the call.
Why
What do you
not?
think about that? Let's do that. Lena, are you still here? Can we?
Are you still around?
I'm here.
We have no
Hi,
follow-up
again.
questions. Hey.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, it's awesome to have you back.
So what is she thinking about the dog controller?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea. We're definitely gonna implement that.
So we were wondering, was it a deliberate decision to only have 3 people be able to play at the same time?
Yeah, it actually was a 4-player game from the beginning, but we noticed that every time we played as 3 players instead of 4, it was much better. It was easier to be more tactical, and it was just more fun. So we actually cut 1 character. It was a very hard decision, but it really made the game a better game.
That's a very good example of...
It's reasonable.
Yeah, we game developers have to do that kind of stuff all the time. It hurts sometimes, but in the end you want to do a great game, I think.
You often need to cut out great content because it doesn't fit, doesn't feel right, stuff like that.
Right, but you also mentioned that there are going to be more than 3 characters. So how will you integrate them into the story world if you're not forced to play as the 3 characters all the time? Are they just like tag-alongs, like in a Final Fantasy game or something, where they just follow you around or something?
No, you will always only be able to play as 3 different characters. So you will like choose your team. Like I want to play the controller, healer, and tank, for example. So in the story, we have to adjust it so it works with whatever character combination you play. So I think the cutscenes might be played out differently depending on what team you're choosing.
That sounds like a lot more work.
Yeah.
But I also
Yes, it's a lot.
No, please go ahead.
No, it might be more work, but I think we'll do it that way. It's not yet 100% decided, but I think so.
Marcus found out. I thought that this green circle on the ground was for healing, but it was for slowing down the enemies.
Interesting.
So he's also getting into it.
Yeah.
Even more
I
than
understood
me.
something.
Even more than me.
Yeah.
Lina, who's your favorite character in your game?
I think it's the tank. I like her play style and to be able to have a shield and survive. But I think the character I play the most is the striker, because he's the easiest character to play in the solo mode, because he's done so much damage and can dodge all the enemy's attacks. So.
But only if you can dodge. And I'm really bad at dodging attacks, so I'm more into running into them than dodging them. That's my thing. I see stuff flying around, just run into things that fly.
Yeah, then the tank might be for you.
maybe, yeah.
So, Lina, if there's one last thing you could tell people that want to play the game, what would that be? What's the one thing that makes you convince people?
I think what people like the most about the game is that it's really challenging. Often when you play the game for the first time, you don't get very far and you die constantly. But you learn to play the game really fast, and in a short while you learn to do very cool and awesome things. And especially when you play with other people, when you learn to combine your skills, and it's fun with a teamwork experience.
Okay. Well, thank you again for coming back to answer some further questions.
Yeah, thank you.
And hope to talk to you soon. Good luck with the game.
Yeah. Thank
Goodbye.
you. Take care. Bye.
Hi.
So, Marcus, what's your impression?
I think I'm getting a little better. I think it would be far more fun with more people. And I think I would play it if it had no enemies.
Like story mode only? Like
Story mode only. No enemies, just walking around here.
All right. That's your type of game.
Yeah.
It is.
Just walking around.
Just walking around. No, I really like it. But as I said, I'm really bad at those types of games. But I can imagine that this is a lot of fun if you play it in co-op mode.
But it really looks like that you're getting better. So
Yeah.
You think this is a game that Team Martini would play on the Indiestrolche stream?
No.
Valentina, how can you say that if you haven't even tried it?
Yeah, but we're more for like the adventurous stuff and solving puzzles. But
maybe the story mode is adventurous.
if they
Maybe it
include
is.
puzzles, then Team Martini is going to play it definitely.
I think you should also get used to the mechanics of it. You want to try it out?
Oh yeah, I can. So, go away, Marcus.
Go away.
Go away.
Okay.
But I really do like cooperative games normally. So, oh no, I'm dead.
Thank you, Marcus.
Okay, thanks for nothing, Marcus.
Okay.
What is your impression after now finally sitting back in your comfortable chair?
I have to calm down now. No, it's nice. It feels good. It feels polished. It's always a point where when you know that we are all game developers, and if you have a demo that already feels good to play, that's already a lot to you can see there's already a lot of work put in there, and it's a good state. I think. I don't know, Lina, when Lina said they would release the game, we talked about that, right?
She said that they were pretty far along already, as far as I
right.
understood. So, I mean, we don't really have a date yet, but I would guess next year. It sounded to me like a next year thing in a way.
It feels like a next year thing.
There you go.
It feels like.
It's funny how we game devs say, very soon is next year. I think that's the reason why Teeny doesn't want to develop a game, right?
Yeah.
It takes so much time. Yeah.
Yeah. No. How can you stick 3 years with a game? No.
Well, it is exhausting, but at the end, you hopefully have a great product and something you've put your heart in. So that's the reason. It's more fulfilling after all this time to have your baby out there and see people play it.
Yeah, but actually, it's so much time. I think I get bored too easily on doing the same stuff over and over. I mean, I do enjoy games, so I'm glad that you are doing this. But no, 3 years the same project. No, thank you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Totally understand that. Of course, yes. So, Teeny.
I really suck a lot. I'm going to try with a healer now.
Go for the healer. He's a little bit easier to play at first.
Yeah, I thought
Because of the ranged attack.
Yeah, right.
What's this?
But you need to face the enemies to hit them with the green ball. So
Yeah,
you cannot run around randomly and press
this?
attack.
This. I got it. Hey.
Yeah, the healer also looks the most interesting to me, I must say. Oh.
Well, yeah.
What's that? Is that an extra life you have?
Seems so. Maybe it's because we are playing solo. I don't really know. But you can die once and then get revived because your will or something.
Okay, something mystical.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's because you're just laying there on the floor thinking about what went wrong. which path have you chosen in your life?
Contemplating defeat.
Yeah. And then you stand up again.
That's a nice thing to say.
And I mean, it's go fight fantastic. So there is this energy, go fight, not go die. So it's go fight. So you stand up again and play.
Let's talk about that name. How do you feel about this very powerful message that you
powerful message? Go fight fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say I would dig go fight, but then there's this fantastic, and I need to think about what is fantastic about the fight. About this fight, especially about this fight. You're in this arena fighting fantastic enemies, or fighting with fantastic orbs, or fighting.
Fighting is fantastic.
Fighting is fantastic. Or fighting in this game is fantastic.
You think too much.
That's it.
Yeah. I think it's a good name for a game. It's catchy, and it's the first name of all games we played. That's the first name I can really remember. And You Suck at Parking is also a good name.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because you can say that to others.
Yeah.
You suck at parking.
Oh, it's a good point. It also helps in verbally communicating the game. It helps them with marketing. If people can remember it by just saying it once or twice.
Yes.
Then we had other games that had names that what was that name again? And you have to pronounce it because they're made up names or something, like fictional places in the game world or something like that. Actually interesting. I mean, we made a game called Vectronome, and it's not a real thing.
Well, we made a game called Ben and Ed. People are always remembering Ben and Jerry's and stuff like that because it's already in their head. Yeah. It's a large
Schleck.
Brand, and Ed von Schleck.
We made a game called Unforeseen Incidents, which is the most stupid name ever because I could name every story Unforeseen Incidents.
That's true. That's true.
Do you want to tell
and it's
people
hard to
about
write.
isometric epilepsy?
No, we don't talk about that anymore.
Isometric epilepsy?
It
was the first name of your game.
Working title.
The working title.
It's hard to name a game, and I honestly like the direction they took with going, self-titled album kind of thing, because that is also a statement in a way.
And it's also part of building an IP. So you need to choose the right name. People need to search it. People need to be able to write your name into Google and find it then. And hopefully you are on one of the top search results, because if you're on page 2, then you've chosen the wrong name.
That's true. So there's already a plus for the marketing way.
And you can shorten Go Fight Fantastic with GFF, which is
Yeah, it's a non-offensive abbreviation. Yeah, it works. TFF, I guess. Sometimes some messy stuff comes up if you shorten stuff.
That's true. Yeah,
that works.
You should avoid that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, do the Google test. You should probably do that with all the games. Just Google the names and see what shows up.
No.
We do that all the time. When we chose a name for our products, we Google all the different names that are in our minds.
Yeah. So this was Go Fight Fantastic. Fantastic name. I mean, you have these, play with words.
Fantastic name, fantastic game.
Fantastic game, fantastic name. Valentina, what are your thoughts?
I really like the puns you're making. So, yeah, it's really hard, but I think it will be fun in a local multiplayer. I'm best with the yellow one, the striker, I found out, but I really suck at all of them. But I like the approach of cooperative games because I'm not a competitive player. I like more like play together with people, and so yeah, I really like it. And also, it gives me confidence that they choose 3 players because of balancing reasons. So I think this is something they will have in mind a lot, because otherwise you're not going to kill a feature like a 4th player. So I'm pretty sure that it will work really good with 3 people.
Marcus, your final thoughts?
I agree. I think this will be a lot of fun playing with friends, losing friends who are playing it because I'm too stupid to play it. It looks good, it looks polished. I'm looking forward to the game.
Marcus, you're not stupid. You're not too stupid to play it. It's just because you were alone. If we would have played it together, I think it would be a great time. And that's my conclusion. It is really a co-op game. It makes fun. The characters play very well. The skills seem to work together. So it sounds like you can have a great evening with some friends with Go Fight Fantastic.
Yeah, and you don't even need 4 friends,
No, you only need 3. And sometimes that's great. In these times, it's even better to have less friends.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. So this was Go Fight Fantastic. I really enjoyed the trailer. It was awesome. Guitar solo playing. There was good vibes in the studio. Local co-op game. Very polished already. Very balanced. They took good design decisions in making it a 3-player game, not a 4-player game. Awesome local co-op. They plan to put it on consoles, for example. We haven't seen the story mode so far, so let's see where this is going.
Yeah.
They want to put it on on Steam first, then go to consoles. And our next guest is Patrick, who runs a YouTube channel about all things Nintendo. So I guess I'm going to ask him if he can see this game on Nintendo Switch. So we're going to be right back after a quick break.